see an introduction about literature. Okay, first let's see what is literature. Literature can be defined in so many ways. Today, let's go through the definition I have selected here. It's a form of human expression communicated by means of words in a text having aesthetic value. So what does it mean? It means literature is a piece of art. It can be a poem, a short story, a drama, a novel, a documentary, or even a movie, which tells us a story. And also in literature, we will be looking through it and studying it and critically analyzing it. We should understand what the writer is trying to tell, and then later we can comment on it. For me, learning literature is like meeting so many people from different eras, various social backgrounds, and from every nook and corner of the world. When you take your anthology, what you're going to study for literature during the next 2 years, you can find so many authors from so many countries, so many time periods, maybe long before we even were born, right? For an example, let's see, you might have gone through the anthology. So there's a story called The Wave by Sonali Deranegala. In that, she talks about the 2004 tsunami, how she faces it, her personal experiences, and how she faces a sudden disaster at a spontaneous moment. And as a mother, how she tries to protect her children, and also ups and downs in that situation. We feel it. When we read it, we feel like we are facing the same situation. We can apply it onto our shoes and think, what will we do in a situation like that? It makes us think. It expands our imagination. It also gives us some advice as well. So there are so many historical events, incidents that authors experience about, or views of the writers, and appreciation about the beauty, appreciation about nature, how to protect nature, and so on. So that is literature. Literature is everything, learning about all these things through enjoyment. We enjoy learning literature. And also, it is the use of language creatively to evoke a personal response in the reader. It is very creative. Poems have a different structure. It is very interesting to read. And also there are dramas, the novels. All these are different pieces which makes us really interested in reading. It is a world of fantasy. It can be about fantasy, about horror, feelings, ideas, criticism, put on words by the writer. Okay, now let's see. This is the anthology that you are going to study for 2 years, and we'll see what is in it. Yes, you have to study poems. There are 20 poems in your anthology, written by various poets from various eras. And also there are short stories. 4 short stories are there, very interesting ones. You can start reading now itself. And 2 dramas and a novel. There are 3 prescribed novels, and you can select any novel you wish to select, right? What you like, you have a choice there. Right. Now let's see, why should we learn literature? To gain new knowledge and experience. Yes. By doing literature, we get a good knowledge and experience about the world, how people are, how people live in different areas of the world, and how they face different situations, and about the beauty of different places that we even have never imagined, things like that. And also it may tells about some historical events like that. So it is very important uh, to know these things. Next, to develop critical reading and organized writing skills. What is critical reading? Critical reading means when we read, we have to understand what the writer is trying to tell. In literature, we can't put on our ideas, and we can't think that the writer is telling this if the writer has not given it in black and white, right? So we have to be critical in reading. We have to think what the writer is trying to tell us and understand it. And also the other part, organized writing skills. That is also very important. You know, at the end of the 2 years, you will be tested from a writing test. Your knowledge in literature will be tested through a writing test. So you have to get prepared for that as well. You have to improve your language, you have to improve your grammar, you have to work on your language, read more books, do more activities in grammar, and improve your language. So your writing will be organized and clear, so the reader will understand what you want to tell. If not, if you mix up the grammar, the reader won't understand what you are trying to tell. So though you have a good knowledge in literature, then at the end of this, if you fail in the test, that is a failure. So now you have enough time. You have enough time to develop your language. So you can put into words what you are going to tell, what you want to tell in a very interesting way. So the reader can understand you. Then the reader can evaluate you and give you marks. Right. Then next one, to develop skills to express, to communicate, defend and share opinions. To develop skills to express, that means we should express our ideas. How to express, how to tell an incident to the others, how to share our experiences. Then if some injustice happened to us, how to defend it in a methodical way without going into rushed reactions, how to manage things, then how to talk to others and to share our opinions, how you should know how to share things. Then in social networks or in your writing, you have to, when you are sharing opinions, you should be very clear in expressing your views. Then to stimulate imagination and cultivate insight into human affairs. What is stimulate imagination? We should imagine. We should think. We should be able to visualize when reading these. When we are going through these pieces of literature, we will automatically improve our imagination power. We will see how the poets, writers have imagined things and they have put it into writing. and also to cultivate insight. What is cultivate insight? We should learn something out of these. Maybe a poem, maybe a short story or a drama. We have to take some good points into our lives. We have to be improved human beings. After studying literature, we have to think and look around us with a matured point of view. Not only, we have to always consider other people's point of views as well, not only sticking into our ideas. So that is also improved in literature. And also to develop an awareness about creative writing. That is, creative writing means writing poetry, writing dramas, short stories, novels. It means in the future, you also should be able to keep a step beyond. You should maybe you like to be a poet, then you can improve your poetic skills, or a writer or a novelist. And you will know how to develop a story, how to create it by going through these and learn the basics of creative writing. So by going through the work of other writers, you can improve your writing skills as well. So I would like to suggest that if you can read more stories out of the syllabus, and if you can read some poems and also some articles in the newspapers, it will automatically improve your skills, right? It will also be a very helpful thing to improve your language as well. Then at the end of these 2 years, you will see how improved you are. You will be improved. You will be improved by use good language. You will be improved in your ideas and in so many other ways. And again, another point is to respect individuals and different cultures. Here in our anthology also, we see different cultural people, different individuals, writers from England, writers from America, writers from Africa, and many other parts of the world. Maybe we are not much acquainted with their cultures. Through reading these, we can get to know them. We know other cultures. Then we should also understand all are different, and we should learn to respect the other cultures. Since we might not be very familiar with the Japanese culture or the South African culture, we meet several writers from these areas who tells us about their culture, how they are, and many ideas about it. So we can improve all these by learning literature. Then, when learning literature, we should also develop fast reading skills. What is fast reading skills? We have to read fast, right? We have to read fast and understand the lines, understand what the writer is trying to tell, understand the implied meaning, the meaning that is beyond the text. So that is also very important. And also skills of inference and reading between the lines. Reading between the lines means you should be able to understand what the writer is trying to tell indirectly. Maybe through another figure, maybe through a picture of a animal or any other thing. So we have to infer the meaning. We have to get what the writer is trying to tell. And then learning to respond to a text. What is responding? After reading the text, we should be able to respond. What is respond? Reply. We have to understand and share our points also in it. We have to, we should be able to put forward our ideas also in writing the answer, right? When you're writing your idea, you have to clearly state that it is your idea, not the writer's idea, right? If not, it will be really misunderstanding, right? So to pave all these, you have to develop your language. Otherwise, the reader won't understand what you are trying to tell. And then learning to look at text creatively and critically. When we go through a poem, short story, or a drama, we have to look at it creatively and critically. We have to see, let's take in a novel, when we take a character, we have to see how he is, what are his good qualities, what are his bad qualities, why he faces these problems. We understand, we should understand, and we should add all these experience to our life as well. Then automatically we will be developed citizens after that, after learning this. And skills of creative and logical writing. You have to be a creative writer and logical writer. You have to organize an answer in a logical way. First, you can't put forward your ideas haphazardly. You have to be very logical. You have to develop your ideas in a way to prove it. There should be a flow in your writing. You have to improve all these skills. You have to improve, and also you can improve all these skills by learning literature. And I also want to tell, literature is not a difficult subject. It is very easy. You should work little bit more. That's it. And the other thing is, you have to improve your creativity. When you are creative, it is really easy. And you can go for a good result as well. Right, now let's see the breakdown of the syllabus. This is your syllabus that you are going to study for 2 years. Usually this breakdown of the syllabus appears in the back of your anthology. So you know for the first term what you have to study. Here they have clearly stated for the grade 10 first term, you have to study the eagle, to the evening star, farewell to barn, stack and tree. Then the prose should be lumber room and the Lahore attack. So like that. So you since you have this breakdown, you have to tick when you are finishing these. And also there are so many information you can find through various other resources. You have to go through them, take them down, and get prepared for these poems. Prose means short stories or dramas before even the teacher starts. Then it will be very helpful for you and you will understand better. There are so many sources. There are so many books, so many sites. Government sites are there like e-Taksalawa. So you can go through them. Listen to those, listen to them, read them, and improve your knowledge. You will gain a lot by that. Yes, then this is the total breakdown of the syllabus. And then, right. So that was a small introduction about literature and what we should improve in studying literature and what we will improve by studying literature. And we went through the syllabus as well. And to understand a literary work, we have to learn some literary techniques the writers use, right? There are some literary techniques, and you will also get some questions in the first part to identify the literary techniques. So they are also called as figures of speech as well. So I'll name some. They are like simile, metaphor, personification, onomatopoeia, then hyperbole, things like that. So I am going to go through one or two out of them to make you aware of these, since these are really new to some. Right, let's see the first figure of speech. That means first technique. That is simile. What's a simile? Let's see. A comparison between two nouns with like or as. Comparing two nouns. Let's see the example here. The box is light as a feather. So we know usually a feather is very light. Feather is not very heavy at all. So if I say the box is as light as a feather, it means the box is not heavy at all. Here they have given the box is very light. Yes. I think you understood. Or you can say, if you want to say someone is like a angel, you can say she looks like an angel. She's like an angel. We know when when we hear the word angel, we know that an angel is this kind of person, very beautiful with good qualities and so much. So if I say she is like an angel, that means she has good qualities, she is so beautiful, and so on, right? So that is one technique. Here, let's see. This is a small poem on similes. This is written to introduce similes, right? The whole poem is full of similes. Now let's see. Black as words on printed pages. We know the words on printed pages are very black. So to tell something is very black, we can use it. Black as words on printed pages. Then again, the next one. Sad like tigers locked in cages. Usually, you might have seen when you visit the zoo, the tigers in the zoo are very lethargic. They don't look active. They are sad. So it is used here as a simile. Sad like tigers locked in cages. So when we hear this simile, we know how they look like. Oh, very inactive, very sad looking, sleeping always. So here they have used it. Sad like tigers locked in cages. And also, long as thread unroll from spools. What is long as thread unroll from spools? You might have seen how long the thread is in a spool. Very, very long. To tell so long, we can use this. Long as thread unroll from the spools. To tell it is very long. Right? And again, another simile is straight like legs on wooden stool. You might have seen the legs on the wooden stool. They are so straight. Right? To tell something is very straight, you can use this. Straight like legs on a wooden stool. Very straight. Or quiet as a school at night. Yes. Usually school is noisy and active in the morning when the children are there. Right? At night, a school is a very quiet place. No sound at all. No one is there. So if you want to tell somewhere is very, very noiseless, you can say that place is quiet as a school at night. Yes, it is a very good example for quietness. Usually when the students are, there so much noise and live. It's live and active. Right. Next. Happy like a bird in flight. When a bird is in flight, when it's flying, it's so happy. We can feel the happiness. We can feel the lightness of it. So when someone is so happy, you can say, John is happy like a bird in flight. Right? He's so happy. To tell he is so happy, we can use this. He's happy like a bird in flight. The next example is tight as fuzzy skin on peaches. You might have seen peaches, tasted them sometimes. So usually peaches, the skin is very tight. We can't even remove it, right? So very, very tight. So to tell it is something, to tell if we want to tell something is very tight, we can say tight as skin, tight as fuzzy skin on peaches. Usually we can't remove the skin of the peaches easily. It is very, very tight to the tight. And then next one, white like dunes of sand on beaches. Usually white like dunes. White like dunes means you might have seen when you go to the beaches, the sands look so white because always the water is gushing on it. So it's so clean and white. So if you want to tell something is so white, you can use this. It is as white like dunes of sand on beaches. Very, very white. Then the listener will understand it better. Very white. Yes. Then cold as scoops of frozen peas. You might have seen peas frozen. Anything that is frozen is so much cold. You can say it is cold as scoops of frozen peas. Instead of peas, you can say cold as scoops of frozen ice cream. Yes, which is more familiar to us. Or the last one, fun like writing similes. It is very fun writing similes. I hope you understood the literary technique simile here. Then let's go to another technique, that is metaphor. What is metaphor? The comparison of two unlike things using words such as is, are, was, were. I'll tell it in a different way. Simile is, we learn simile. Simile is comparing two things. I would say like, she is like an angel. But metaphor is telling directly, she is an angel. Then we should know, is she really an angel? No, that means so kind like an angel. Here the example, let's see. He was a walking encyclopedia. Can someone be a walking encyclopedia? No. But what does it mean? He knows everything, right? To tell that he knows everything, we can say he was like a walking encyclopedia, right? Or if I want to tell someone is very, very cunning, I can say he's a fox, right? Does it mean that he's a fox actually? A fox that has 4 legs and the animal fox? No. We know fox means usually all the stories that which are coined with fox are usually like cunning. So it means he is very cunning. Metaphor means telling directly. And simile is like comparing, telling you are like that. It is soft like a feather. It is cool like breeze, things like that. But here, metaphor is telling directly. Now let's see, there's another poem that tells us about metaphors. Let's see, the metaphor family. My brother is a dragon. Can a brother be a dragon? No, that means he's a dragon. He's having a qualities of a dragon. That means he might be getting really angry. Usually when you see a dragon, it is like firing off fire, right? When it opens the mouth. So maybe the brother is very aggressive or gets very angry. And my mom's a teddy bear. It means mom might be very cute, very loving. So usually teddy bears are very cute and loving. So it means the mother is also like a teddy bear. It means she's also very cute and very loving person. And then next one, I am like a shaggy sheep with a ton of tangled hair. Shaggy sheepdog. Usually a sheepdog has lot of hair. So it means he is having lot of hair. I am like a shaggy sheepdog. I am a shaggy sheepdog. That means that person is having lot of hair. And next one, my father is a monkey. Can a father be monkey? No, it means usually when we say my father is a monkey means usually monkey is a very funny character. It makes others laugh. We also, if we sit down somewhere where the monkeys are and watch them, they have very funny actions and it will make us laugh. So if someone say my father is a monkey, it means he makes us laugh, right? He likes to make us laugh. He says it in the next line. He likes to make us laugh. Especially my sister, who is a tall giraffe. Tall giraffe. The word giraffe, when we hear the word giraffe, we know, it's very tall. Yes, it means here, yes, sister might be very tall. We are a busy family with many things to do. Our home is always happy, but sometimes it's a zoo. Maybe sometimes people can get these qualities of other animals also. Right. Next. Next, let's see this figure of speech. That is personification. What is personification? Personification means giving human qualities to animals or objects. Giving human qualities. We give human qualities, humanistic features to animals or objects. Here, let's see this example. The stars winked at me. Can the stars wink? No, it means the writer has personified the stars. The writer has given qualities of a man, a person's quality to a star, because a person can wink, but a star can't. But here, by personification, the writer gives qualities of a human to an object or animal. Let's see this poem, personification. I know that clouds aren't people, but they are looking glum today. Can the clouds look glum? Here, see the picture of this cloud. It is like it is having a very heavy face, glummy face. Right? So the writer has given human qualities. A person can look glum, but a cloud can't. But here, the writer, when writing a poetry, a writer can give the humanistic qualities to the objects. Here, the cloud is given some humanistic qualities. So I say that they are pouting. Can the clouds pout? No, only humans can pout. What is pout? Vomit. As I watch the sky turn gray. Now, the sky is not a person, but I feel its raindrop tears. The raindrop tears. Can a cloud cry? No. Here again, the poet has given a human quality to the cloud, crying. Usually a cloud can't cry, but the writer has given it. So by giving these personifications, giving humanistic qualities, we can make it more attractive, more understandable, right? We feel it, but I feel it's raindrop tears. The rain is like clouds are crying. So I say that it is crying, and then the sun appears and the sun comes. The sun is not a person, but its warmth spreads like a grin. Can a sun grin? Can a sun grin? What is grinning? What is grinning? Grinning means smiling. No, But here again, the writer has given human qualities to this sun. And the sky cheers up again. Cheering up is also again done. Cheering up is also again done by people. So here the sun is cheering up. So again, the writer has given the human quality to the sun. So when writing poetry, poets give so many humanistic qualities to non-living things and animals. So it is more understandable to make the reader more understandable. The reader can understand more by that. Right. Now I have taught you 3 techniques of literature. The 3 techniques the writers use in literature. They are simile, metaphor, and personification. Let's see what is a simile again. Simile is comparing 2 things. Like one thing should be really known. Like for an example, we can say hot as the sun. When we hear the word hot, sun, we know that it is very hot. Yes, hot as the sun. Yes. So hot as the sun. Oh, there's another word that can be used in a simile, that is like. We can say white like a snowdrop. Usually a snowdrop is very, very white, pure white. So to tell it is so white, we can use the comparison. White like a snowdrop. Yes, that is simile. Then what's metaphor? Yes, metaphor is telling something directly, as I told you. She's an angel. He's a fox. When we hear the word she's an angel, it means she's someone so beautiful, someone very attractive with good qualities, good attitudes. Yes, an angel, when we hear the word angel, these are the qualities that come into our head. Positive images come. But if I say she's a devil, it means all the negative things come to our head. Yes. So like that, so many, that is metaphor. Then let's go to personification. What is personification? Personification is giving human qualities to a non-living thing. Humanistic qualities. It means like the moon winked at me. Usually can the moon wink? No. But by saying it, we understand moon winked at me. Usually the writer has given the humanistic qualities. The moon looks more live when we hear that. And also we know if the moon winks means it is something so very positive. So these are the 3 I explained today. Right. So let's see. Let's go through this poem. This is a poem that you have in your anthology, and most probably this is the first poem you will be going through in studying literature. This is The Eagle by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Right. So when you're studying this poem, you study much more, but here I took this as an example to go through the literary techniques that I introduced today. Let's see. I will read out the poem, so you think what are the literary techniques that are here, right? He clasped the crag with crooked hands, close to the sun in lonely lands. Ringed with the azure world he stands. The wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. He watches from his mountain walls. and like a thunderbolt he falls. Right. Let's see. Here the poet starts. He clasped the crag with crooked hands. Here the eagle is called as he. So I think it came into your mind that the writer has personified the eagle. He. Here, see, this is a very good example for personification. He clasped the crag with crooked hands. Here, he is the personification that we can find here. Yes. Then let's go through to find a simile. Yes. And like a thunderbolt, he falls. How does a thunderbolt falls? So suddenly, at once it falls down. So as a thunderbolt, it falls means at once it comes from a high position to a lower position. At once it falls down. Yeah, that's the example for simile. Then what are the other techniques? There are so many techniques that I didn't teach you today also. And there's again the personification. He watches from his mountain walls. Yes, he watches. The eagle is a kind of given personification. That means that he is personified and it is like he is watching. A wrinkled sea beneath him crows. Wrinkled sea. This is a metaphor. The wrinkled sea. Usually the sea with the waves. When the waves are coming from up, when the eagle is looking at it, the sea looks like wrinkled. What is wrinkled? Having lines in a forehead, right? When people get old and very feeble, their foreheads get lines. They are called wrinkles. So here, the poet says the sea is wrinkled. Sea is very old compared to the eagle. So those are three techniques that the writer has used here. And when studying literature, you can go through so many techniques. You should feel that when we read, it is very interesting because the writer has used many techniques and made the poem so attractive to us. And also then you should know when you are going to select literature as a subject, and you should know that it is not a very hard subject. It is easy, but you have to work a bit more. You have to understand well, and then you have to develop your critical thinking and put forward your ideas also in your writing. It will develop you. As I told, at the end, after studying literature for 2 years, you will be a different person. You will get so many good qualities. That's why it is added to the aesthetic bucket. It improves your creativity. It improves your mind. It relaxes you. It calms you. It develops your thoughts and all. Right. So so just keep in mind, literature. It is really good to choose literature as an aesthetic subject. It will really do you good. So I would like to end today's session, and we will meet again one day with some literary work and discuss about it. Okay, goodbye.